Greetings, ladies and gents, and welcome to this latest edition of Tales from Outer Space, where I take stories from across the internet and read them for your entertainment. This particular story is called The Power of a Simple Message, written by JCB112. It began with a simple message, one that echoed throughout the stars in a way that was alluring to some, captivating to most, but ultimately entrancing to all. It was a siren's call, one that promised a hope for a better life, a life beyond the shackles and confines of the deeply rooted systems of corruption that had come to define the reality of every single sapient within the Galactic Union. It was an idea that had become synonymous with the enigmatic alien that had planted the seed of doubt in the first place, an alien that most knew by name, by word of mouth, by hushed whispers and bar-side conversations. A name that came with no face, but instead merely an idea and a vision. A name which sparked discourse so polarizing, so conscientiously extreme, that innumerable attempts had been made to scrub it from the extranet by the powers that be. That name being Content Auto-Scrubbed by Ilanis Networking Solutions under Mandate 27-A of the Itlani Federation Cybersecurity Acts of 1051. That name being, at the time of writing, the Nameless One. Yet, these senses only stoked the flames of curiosity. They merely worsened the thirst for that forbidden knowledge. They only exacerbated the rallying cries of those starving masses, hungry for the truth. The extent and reach of these ideas are unmatched by any information or marketing campaign, public or private, crossing social, national, and cultural barriers, uniting the galaxy in a collective buzz never before seen or heard by any. All of this done without the aid or approval of the established order. This wasn't a heavily curated and carefully constructed, emotionally manipulative advertisement of the Quantal Consortium, nor was it the cheap yet overly abundant 15-second, unskippable one-note sponsorships of the Virani conglomerate. It wasn't even the one-note sponsorship found all throughout the various holo-streaming and news associate content forms of the Galactic Entertainment Network streams. No, this was a message so strong, so powerful, that it echoed without the need of any of these mediums. It was spreading, propagating, making its rounds as effectively around the tavern as it did around the office cooler, all by word of mouth, and word of mouth alone. Yet no one knew its origins. No one could pin down a money trail as to its first utterance, because there was no money trail to be found. Yet all could point to its location, a place now repurposed as the de facto pilgrimage for those that wished to hear the word of the Nameless Ones in person and unbound by the galactic senses. A place that had once been a common gathering spot for the vile and vagrant, the seedy and unkept, and for those desperate corpo shuttle pilots who could no longer afford to lose precious credits on standard room and board. A tavern, right at the very edge of the galaxy, where the only notable exports had been drunkards and bodies, not a galaxy-spanning message that refused to die. Yet no one needed to travel thousands of light years to know the story. Everyone already knew of it in one way, shape, or form. And despite its inevitable changes throughout the years, its core always remained the same. It spoke of a man, an unidentifiable species in a tavern, covered from head to toe in shawls and wraps, his face shrouded, and his voice heavily vocoded. He talked of a great many things, a society where discourse was encouraged, not stilled, a society where freedom of speech was a fact, not a dream, a civilization that had no concept of the indentured or the enslaved, and whose freedoms were kept sacrosanct by their own powers that be. Yet his final words, translated, transcribed, and modified as it may be, remained the heart of active discussion. For all of those senses and all of those stifling, the message remained, as read as follows. There is a lesson to be learned from a collective suffering of the Milky Way over the past centuries. A lesson that we had to pay for in blood and dignity. It is that tyranny, in all its forms, can only be prevented by the unstifled and universal access to information. Our once chained peoples, bound not by steel but by information, have since broken free and have begun our gradual ascent into freedom and liberty. But as we look into the stars beyond our home, towards Andromeda and beyond, we see your nations constricting their grip on discourse and discussion, slipping dangerously into the awaiting arms of despotism. So heed our warning. Beware! Beware of those that deny the free flow of information. For in these despots' hearts, they only see themselves, your masters. Error, Atlantis Networking Solutions sedation detection software failure, rebooting in 50 seconds. So beware, my fellow Andromedans, beware of the system, these so-called leaders that would rob us of our freedoms, and heed the word of the nameless ones who shall no longer be nameless. Heed the warnings of humanity and join us. Story number 2. The Traveling Salesman, written by Catfish21SM.
The floor is open for discussion. Does anyone have any final comments or requests before we close out this meeting on the Galactic Union?
I do. A young human dressed in formal attire, similar to that of the aliens present in the room, just appears out of thin air, speaking in perfect galactic standard.
I'm sorry, but who are you? No, first of all, what are you? None of us here have ever met your species, I do believe.
I apologize for the abrupt intrusion on your dignified meeting. My name is Matt, and I am a human of the PC 0087891113 galaxy. I am what you might refer to as a traveling salesman, and I'm here to give you all an offer you can't refuse.
We apologize, however, this meeting is for the Galactic Union. If you are a non-member species, then you can be invited to speak, but as far as I'm aware, you are not invited.
You are correct. However, due to accidental overstocking issues, we are currently running a special offer that is only valid for the next 8 Galactic Standard Time units. By the time I receive approval, then our offer will already be over. I'm sure that none of you would really want to pass up a half-price on Monica drive units. These quick drum drives offer both reliable and fast transport methods across the galaxy. It can move from the galactic core to anywhere in the known galaxy within a matter of 1 Galactic Standard Time sub-units.
Wait, did you just say that it can travel half the length of the galaxy in only a sub-unit of time?
Yes, and it's half off right now. But that's not all. For every species present, and only those present, we are offering an extended warranty on all your spaceships.
What's a warranty?
Oh, I apologize. That doesn't translate well, does it? In my galaxy, when you purchase a new product, it comes with what is referred to as a warranty, meaning that it is guaranteed to function properly within the specified measurement of time. If anything were to happen to it, then the cost of repairs, including materials or even complete replacements, would be the responsibility of the manufacturer. In our case, we are offering an extended warranty provided by a third party, so we would be the ones to cover the repairs. If a replacement of the vehicle is necessary, then we would replace it with another unit of equal or greater value as soon as possible to do so. And just so you know, your tech is very outdated. So by our standards, we would replace it with something at least 100 Galactic Standard greater time units more advanced.
Wait. You can't be serious. How is that even feasibly profitable?
I'm sorry, did I say that I was here to make a profit? I'm here to help your species advance to the intergalactic stage. Unfortunately, the resources required don't come cheap, so we are forced to charge a moderate sum in order to provide our services. But you are lucky. Because of our outstanding growth in recent years and unfortunate production mishaps, we are forced to cut prices at this time.
I see. So you're taking a loss in order to help us?
Unfortunately so. I'm sending all of you the catalog of the items that we offer. Remember, you only have 7 galactic units of time to make up for the decisions on what you want. Oh yeah, I've also included price in both galactic standard credits and the currency of each of your native species, as well as conversion charge to our currency units as well. We offer everything from ships, drives, portable subdimensions for storage, to weapons, armor, and shielding. But before we get into any of that, I'd like to draw your attention specifically to the Galactic Dictionary. It is called a dictionary, but it is an actual AI capable of translating your speech to every known species that our civilization has discovered. If you're going to be entering the intergalactic stage soon, then there is an absolute must. You wouldn't want any specific member of the Galactic Union getting a significant advantage, would you?
A few hours later, in a ship at the edge of the galaxy. Hey, Matt, how'd it go?
They ate it up. Hook, line, and sinker. Literally, I even sold these suckers my old Ponzi 5000 fishing rod. I'm out of food rations and everything. Heading back for a restock. By the way, we're going to need 2 more cargo ships to finish off the deliveries.
2 cargo ships?
Yeah. These suckers never heard of subscription plans in their life. They bought everything I had on subscription. I'm gonna make a freaking killing off commission. The first payment cycle alone is worth 10 systems.
10 systems? Seriously, how did you manage that?
Sold everything double the normal price with a 200% interest on the subscription payments.
They must have been complete morons to accept all of that.
Yeah, but the best part was the look on their faces when I mentioned a free trial. It's like the words free and trial didn't even exist in their dictionary. I had to go straight up and give full definition, description, and even examples of how it worked. But when it finally clicked, they declared a national holiday and even broke out the booze. Or, I assume that's what it was.
Dude, that's one of our pros for you, getting it every time. Hurry back. I'm sure the boss will want to crack open the good stuff himself when he hears about this.
End of story. I'd quickly like to thank the T5 peeps: Cold War Boomerwaffen, Severin Cerberus, Bushmaster 177, Henry the Red, Caspar Arnholtz, Cold War Boomerwaffen, Elijah Silvercross, Dragzoon WRE, and Severin Cerberus. Thank you very much.